WhispersRed ASM. Hello, this is Emma. Welcome to, as promised, the 400k Q&A video. A couple of weeks ago I put up a post on my Facebook page and Instagram, the one with the coffee beans, asking if you have any questions for me. So here we are. With added furry mic sounds for you. This is just a chilled out, relaxed kind of a video. Okay? It's been a crazy week, as some of you will know. There's been a massive amount of press for ASMR in this country, in England and Scotland and Ireland probably too. And Wales, don't forget Wales. England, Ireland, Scotland and Wales. Can't leave anyone out. I was on an ITV programme called This Morning, and that took up quite a bit of the week. And then there was a Times newspaper article came out on Monday, which was really, really good. A really nice article. And then I had Sky News come round as well. So I'm very, very, very happy to be just back in the Tingle Shed making ASMR videos. Back feeling calm and at home and comfortable again. Back in my comfort zone. It's always a little bit scary having interviews and things. But welcome to all of the new people this week who found out the name for their tingly feeling, or however you've been describing it all this time. Welcome. I hope you've enjoyed going around YouTube and looking at all the different videos that are around from all the different content creators. It's quite fun. I have a clicky wrist. So I could sit and do this all day long, all the way through the video, but I won't. They feel really nice and fuzzy, and I have my earphones on as well, so I can hear it just the same as you can. And it's lovely. It relaxes me just as much as it does you as well. I enjoy just chatting. There. So I've got some tea. I'm going to pour it now. I've had a bit of a sore throat, or I feel like I have one coming on. I've been croaking a bit this week, so I'm drinking this one. It's called Throat Comfort by Yogi Tea. It's really nice. do like yogi tea. Sounds nice too, right? Sticky fingers. It's been in my kitchen, so some tea dust on it. This is the packet. I promise I'll start answering questions quite soon, don't worry. There'll be timestamps so you can skip. But if you like the sound of crinkling tea, then this is for you. It's been quite a while, I think, since I made a tea video. So I ought to do that soon. This is such a slight sound. That's nice. In this ear and in this ear. See how I have all the different tea stages prepared to the side here. The box, the packet, and one open. I was very organised. Lovely. Put some in my cup here. I've got my Little Miss Sunshine grab a cup of sunshine. Pour that in there and let it brew. Okay, there we are. So we have tea, we have fluffy mics, we have a zebra background. We're good to go. I was at YouTube Space yesterday doing some vlogging for my vlog channel. So that video will be up soon. It's been a very, very busy week. And it's Sunday now. So I'm just really happy to have just a little bit of time to make this video. Hopefully I'll be able to get it out quickly for you. Let's see. So we'll go on the Instagram post first. I have a throat lozenge in my mouth as well. I was a bit stuck. There it is. It's nearly gone. Okay, so here it is. This is the... I wonder if I can... Can you see that? That's the post. Liked by Maria Gentle Whispering and Maya Fennick. It's quite noisy actually. Right. I made the shape of 400k in coffee beans to the sound of coffee beans. So we have 113 comments here. They're not all questions, I don't think. Let's see. So as always, I'll go through the questions and I'll do my best to answer all of them. But if there's anything I don't feel comfortable answering for security reasons, that kind of thing, I'm sure that you would understand. You would probably tell me off actually if I answered questions like that, but my Draw My Life video is out now, and most everything is out in the open anyway. Okay. What's one of your favourite places to visit? Where you've been? Where you want to travel to? What's one of your favourite places to visit? So, I do like to go abroad, but a visit to me is somewhere I would go quite quickly, and I would visit somewhere in the UK for a visit, and that would be probably Glastonbury, Brighton. I love to go to Devon. I went to, or should I say me and my family went to Totnes in Devon. Was it last year or the year before? Year before, I think, and I really enjoyed it there. It was really cool. I loved it. I love all the hippie places, and I love to go to Greenwich in London as well. It's one of my favourite places, and also Covent Garden. So I love to visit those places. Where have you been? I've been to lots of countries now. Where do you want to travel to? I'd like to go back to Vietnam and travel to a few more places. I'd like to go somewhere around the middle. I've been to Hanoi, Haiphong and Saigon, but not for very long at a time, so I'd like to go back and see more of the countryside and the beauty. I'd love to go to Thailand again as well. What kind of triggers do you like? I really enjoy, most of all, a soft voice, and when I have a connection with the person I'm watching, it's their voice that draws me in the most, and then any sounds that they make around that is a bonus. So I love the voice first and then tapping, so I really like light tapping sounds with nails. That's a little bit lighter. You can hear that. Not that one. That one. Those kinds of light tapping on boxes. I like dripping water sounds as well, but it has to be the right sound. I like sticky finger sounds. Usually anything that kind of imitates a nature sound is really good, but it's always the voice first. And congrats on 400k. Well deserved, thank you. Do Nam and Mia and Bo watch your videos. So Nam is my husband and Mia and Bo are my children. So Nam doesn't experience ASMR, and I remember the very first time that I went to a meetup in 2013, he asked me, will everyone be whispering to each other? I said no, of course not. So he didn't know anything about it then. He knows a lot more about it now, obviously. He has a very good understanding of what it all is, and he does appreciate sound. He does experience a synesthesia, and he associates colours to different sounds. So he is sensitive in different ways. Mia is not ASMR sensitive either, and she doesn't really enjoy having her hair played with or anything like that. But she's still, again, sensitive in different ways. Bo is very ASMR sensitive. He's also extremely empathic. He reminds me a lot of myself when I was little. So he enjoys, when I put him to bed, he enjoys me just running my hand down the back of his head, and it calms him down. And sometimes I just run my fingers down his back like that, and he really, really likes it. And I sing to him as well. He's got his favourite song. I sing to him, "You are my sunshine, my only sunshine," and he loves that. But he has a very active mind, so he finds it difficult to fall asleep sometimes. He will listen to, he really likes male ASMR artists, and he enjoys at the moment listening to Zeitgeist, and he likes Tony Bomboni. He likes specifically one of his, does he call them the greatest ASMR video of all time or something like that? But yeah, he really loves one of those videos, and he really likes watching DeLuca ASMR, and he will listen to the video he made tapping on and pressing the buttons of the PlayStation remote. He loves that, the PlayStation controller. So yes, let's see. Where do you get your inspiration for your videos? Well, I think that a video can be made out of almost everything, can't it? So there's a massive list in my to-do book of videos to make. Some of them are quite complicated, some of them are quite easy, so I'll get through them. But usually it's developing ideas I've tried in the past and maybe not succeeded in the way I wanted to, so I'll try them again. Because over the years I've learned so much about recording, lighting, sound, and all the different techniques, and what I'm better at than techniques I'm better at than others, or I enjoy doing, or you guys tell me that you like. So I go back and rehash some things again in a different way. So I've made hundreds of videos now. Some of them I'm not very happy with, even though the idea was really good. And then you guys tell me what you would like. And sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night with ideas. Sometimes first thing in the morning I wake up and suddenly I'm just brimming with ideas, and I'll write them all down. They come in all different ways, and then sometimes there'll be other videos that come where I've been watching someone else and they've done something and I've gone, my gosh, that's such a good idea, and I've expanded on that myself. We all do that with each other, you know, so I do something and then someone else will try it out and do it in a different way, and then I'll do the same, you know. That's how it goes. So it always makes me laugh when I see a comment that says, you got this idea, you copied this idea, or so-and-so copied your idea. It means nothing, because we're all developing techniques as a team. That's how ASMR is. And one person can make one video and then another person can make it, and their audience, whoever's watching them, would like to see them make it, you know. So sometimes if I make a video, I have it in my mind that I'd like other people to make it because I want to watch them do it. So we're all a team, and it's not like people think it is sometimes, you know. We all look out for each other and we all help each other out, and we're all developing techniques together and building a genre together. My question, and this is from Blue Whisper. Thank you. She's gorgeous. Check out her videos if you don't know her channel already. My question, what do you do to cheer up when you're feeling down? I spend time with my family. I walk my dogs. I go out, take some fresh air, and just take a break from whatever it is that's causing me that stress. Or if it's just general feeling down, it's usually because I'm tired and I've been doing too much, or I've been overthinking things, you know. So I just take time away from it and breathe. And sometimes I use my bowls, and I'll lie down and have a bowl on my stomach and beat it and let the sound go through my body. That helps. Play with my crystals. I love to do that, just to sit and meditate with a crystal in my hand. But I just find that keeping balance is really important. Not becoming obsessed with anything. Trying to keep everything in moderation, I think, is important. Balance is very, very important. Sometimes when you're a deep thinker, you can become obsessed with things and spend too much time thinking about one thing or doing one thing. And that's how I am quite a lot. I'll put a lot of time into the videos and the channel because there's a lot of work to do in the background. The videos take longer and longer to make, so I easily become obsessed on what I'm doing, and I'm so determined to either fix a problem or complete a task, and I set myself really high standards, and sometimes it gets too much and it's all my own doing, you know. So finding the balance, calming down, accepting things the way that they are and working with what you have is very important. Okay. Oh, thank you, Sasha. Sasha ASMR said something lovely. There's lots of nice comments. Just nice things without questions. Thank you, everybody. What are your favourite records of all time? Okay, so there's a song called Afterglow by The Small Faces, and that's my favourite song of all time. And I love Shining Light by Ash. I love that song. I love Alfie, sung by Cilla Black. There are too many John Lennon songs and too many Beatles songs to list. There are loads of them that I really love and they mean a lot to me. And that changes every now and again. Sometimes I'll go back and revisit. Okay, so the camera just stopped. I'm starting again. The cameras always stop at 25 or to 29 minutes. so you have to start a new file. So that's where the edit was from. And yes, so another song would be Bob Dylan, and that's Don't Think Twice, It's Alright. It's one of my favourites. And Tori Amos, Little Earthquakes. That's probably my favourite song that she's ever done, just because it means a lot to me, and I just love the voices and the arrangement of it. It just sounds amazing, and it goes right through my body every time. I love Jimi Hendrix. Probably my favourite John Lennon song at the moment, because I've gone back to some of his songs I haven't been listening for a while. That would be Number 9 Dream. So there's a lot of songs that make up the story of my life, let's just say. Has YouTube become your full-time job? Yes, it has now. So last year I finally just tailed off everything else I was doing, and once I'd got the Tingle Shed built, or done out the Tingle Shed, paid for all the equipment I have, and I started doing ASMR Happens, which took a lot of work on top of everything else. So it was time, really. Before the Tingle Shed was made, I've had it for nearly a year, well, for a year now actually, a year to this month, I think. Before it was made, I was making the videos in the middle of the night, and I did that for about 3 years, maybe longer. So I'd start filming at about midnight, and sometimes I'd finish, depending on the type of video, I'd finish at about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So I was really tired, and I was doing that twice a week, if not more. And then the next day I would do all the daytime things, working and children and house and, regular things. So I spent a lot of that time during those years really, really tired. So last year was just me reevaluating everything, getting settled into the Tingle Shed and doing some sound treatments inside. I put some foam on the ceiling and a rug on the floor and moved a few things around. I got panels on the walls as well. And just made it how I wanted it. Accomplished the ASMR Happens, which were a really big deal for me, and I was absolutely terrified. But we did one in London, and then we did San Francisco. So it was the right time. I needed to, if I wanted to further the ideas that I've had all this time and fulfill the dreams that I've had, and I've still got a long way to go and lots of things to do. So I'm just really, really happy now to be concentrating on the channel. There still aren't enough hours in the day, but I'm getting there, and I spend every single day of my life on doing ASMR. I don't have days off. I spend time with my family in between things, but every single day I'm doing something ASMR. So there you go. You won't believe how much work there is in the background, and I love it. Okay. I'm no stranger to hard work, so it's nothing for me. I just absolutely love it. And it's my purpose, it's who I am. That's what I'm here for. So, bring it on. Let's go. Oh, thank you. Do you see yourself continuing to make videos for a long time to come? Absolutely. I'm no spring chicken, as most of you will know. I'm not old either, but I'm getting there, and I hope to grow old gracefully on this channel and for you guys to grow old with me, because I'm not going anywhere. So every new line that arrives, every time I look tired, every time I look a bit older, that's just something that I'm going to embrace. And us guys will just do that together. So just take every new set of lines as another year on the channel. So many nice comments. Okay. Lizzie said, what was your job before becoming full-time ASM artist? Well, that I wouldn't be able to say because it would lead to my exact location, which wouldn't be smart. So I'll leave that one, Lizzie. I met Lizzie in San Francisco. She came to ASMR Happens and she's absolutely lovely, so maybe I'll tell you when I see you next time. I'm just looking for the questions, but there are so many nice comments. What are your top 3 programs or top 3 songs? So we've done songs, top 3 programs at the moment. I'm waiting patiently for the next OA to come out on Netflix. I really enjoyed watching Stranger Things. I love it. I think I demolished the whole season in like a day and a half or whatever. That time the battery went on the camera. And so I said the OA, Stranger Things, but I do as I'm doing my makeup, I watch something on Netflix usually, so I'm really good at catching up with series, because they're just on in the background while I'm doing things, or when I'm doing washing, ironing, when I'm editing a video, if I'm waiting for it to render and all of that, I'll always squeeze in something. So I can keep up with quite a few things. I've seen, when I'm setting up videos, I have it on in the Tingle Shed while I'm setting everything up. My life's quite dreamy and solitary a lot of the time, which I enjoy. Being a HSP, I like my alone time. So on Netflix as well, I enjoy programs like Zeitgeist, the movie. I like Cowspiracy, What the Health, and all of those related programs. There's also one called The Pyramid Code, which I enjoy as well. Okay. If you could live anywhere in the world other than England, where would it be and why? Okay. So far, with the countries I've seen, and I've not seen that many, but I've seen quite a few, I'm not sure. It would have to be somewhere that's really good for being vegan, somewhere very beautiful, lots of fresh air, maybe a beach, trees, nice people, not too much traffic. I really enjoyed parts of California when I was there, and I could see myself living there. I could see myself living in Thailand easily. I could live easily in... Let me think. I'm not sure. I need to visit some more places. Okay. Basically everywhere I do go, I think, oh, I could live here. Because I think everywhere's nice. When did you first experience ASMR? And did you talk to someone about that experience? So I remember lots and lots and lots of experiences when I was very small, but I can't remember a very first one. I just always remember having it, because that's always a question that they ask in interviews, and I haven't got this one defining moment of just, oh, I've never experienced this before, what's that? It's always been there. So I have tried to explain it, obviously, to people when I was growing up, to friends, but no one really understood it. So I just stopped talking about it, and it turns out my brother experiences it too. And we didn't know that we both experienced it. And he called it the golden feeling. He gave it a name on his own. What is your favourite meal? To cook, eat and share. Cooking always calms me down. And that's from Dida. Hello, Dida. She asked a good question there. So, since turning vegan, I would enjoy probably the most at the moment would be going to Nam's. Nam has a sister who has her own little cafe. It's in Hither Green in London, and it's called Cafe Green, and it's amazing. She makes amazing vegan pho, which is the Vietnamese national dish. She makes really good noodle soups, so I think that would be probably my favourite thing to eat at the moment. To eat at home, it would be a huge salad with Nam's been making a really nice, Nam's a very good cook, by the way. He's been making a really nice lentil pasta dish, which we all enjoy. Yeah, I don't know my favourite to cook at the moment. I've not been doing that much cooking very recently because I've been so busy and Nam's been taking over. So, and he turned mostly vegan as well. He's more or less there now. So we're just changing our family routine so that we're all eating the same things, because we all used to eat different things, because I was veggie and they were meat eaters, and now none of us are meat eaters anymore. So we're finding new dishes that we all like. I'm dying to know more about your singing live. Are there any videos out there that we can hear your voice? When I was in a girl band years and years ago, we recorded everything onto tape, so it's not online. I do have some CDs of my songs, and they're in the shed, I think, somewhere in a box, in the tool shed. So maybe I'll get them out and put them onto my laptop, we'll see. Are you enjoying the vlogging? Yes, I'm absolutely loving it, thank you, it's really fun. What are your ideal pizza toppings? That would be mushroom and pineapple and vegan cheese and some greens. Oh my goodness. What would be the biggest dream or wish for the future of your ASMR career? Well, that would be the ASMR retreat, without a doubt, and that's never going to go away. I am going to do absolutely everything that I can to make that happen. if you could live anywhere in the world, we've done that one. How do you communicate with friends and family about your experience of ASMR and your role within the community? I find it hard to explain to others about its importance in my life without it sounding weird. Okay, and sexual. Because people very quickly assume that, don't they? I had a neighbour once who said, what is it that you do? And I said, I make videos on YouTube. And the reaction straight away was, oh yeah, what kind of videos are they then? And that was before I even said anything about ASMR, so people are very quick to either make a joke or be judgmental, which is a shame. So I always say that, so I'll speak as myself, I always say I make videos on YouTube that help people to sleep, they help people to relieve their anxiety and to be calm, and people use them for relaxation, and basically I just keep on talking, and the longer I go on, the less likely they are to make a joke or jump in and take over the conversation. So I find that the more confident I am in explaining it, and the more talkative I am about it, and the more open I am about it, the more they will either give up and move on, or they will go try and understand, or they might even carry on and show a genuine interest and ask really nice questions, or they might carry on even better and be really impressed and think and say what a wonderful thing that is, and well done you. So from my point of view, it gets easier, because if I just tell them that I have the channel, and now I get the opportunity after all these years to tell them how many viewers there are, so that's quite impressive for people, isn't it? You know, for you and I, it's just whatever it is, you know, we're just friends and that's that. And if I had 1,000, if I had 10 subscribers, whoever's watching, it wouldn't matter. But to people on the outside world, their numbers and the followers and everything, that all matters. So they will be more impressed. If I was a viewer and I didn't make videos, then I would say, wow, I found this amazing thing that helps me to fall asleep at night. And this is how I did it when I first discovered the videos. And I said, I went to my friend's house, who is no longer a friend, but let's carry on. That's the one who wasn't very comfortable with me being on YouTube. But before I started the channel, I don't know why I keep looking at the ceiling. Before I started the channel, I said, wow guys, I've found these videos on YouTube, and I'm so happy. My whole world has opened up, and suddenly I have found this big community of people online who experience this feeling that I've always experienced my whole life, and it's really relaxing, and I've always loved it, but I didn't realise that other people experienced it too. And they do. So I watch these videos and they help me to fall asleep, and they help me to feel calm, and some of them are really cool. They show items that they have, like makeup and stuff. So I think if you bring it to something that's relatable, so you can say something like, I enjoy watching people put their makeup on, I enjoy the makeup tutorials. So you can say they do those, you know, those tutorials that you watch on YouTube when you're learning about makeup. Well, these people do that, but they do it slower and quieter, and so it's more relaxing to watch. Just spin it a little bit, and then after a while people will understand, And then you can talk about the role plays later. But really, to be totally honest, if someone really, really wants to understand because they value how you feel about something, or they can see how it's had a positive impact on your life, then to be honest, they really should be happy for you, okay? They shouldn't be judging, they shouldn't be put out or upset, and if they are, that means that there's something going on within them that they're finding it difficult to deal with, and that's not your fault. And it's nothing that you can do to change that, okay? It's nothing that you've done wrong. It's nothing that you should be doing that's different. You are who you are, and it's your job to accept yourself. And if other people can't, it's not because of you, it's because they can't accept things within themselves. They've got their own judgments to deal with, and they've got their own paths to deal with, okay? It's not your fault. You just do your best and explain, and if they still don't get it, then there's nothing you can do. What helps you to rise more easily every morning? A good night's sleep helps me to rise easily. The birds singing outside. The thought of all the things I have to do in the day, and the fact that it's me being happy about what I'm doing makes me jump out of bed because I want to get on with it, and I have this urge to do it. As an HSP, how do you unwind after a challenging situation? Okay, so as an HSP, and I think a lot of people are the same as me, so this is probably worth talking about. I'm the kind of person who, in a situation that's challenging, I process it later on. I live through that situation and I smile all the way through, and I'm accepting all the way through, and I'm calm, and everyone thinks that I'm handling it really well, and isn't she wonderful, and oh, I'm not hurting her because she doesn't look hurt, and all of that. And then it's only afterwards that I suddenly process, so I don't experience the emotion immediately. I experience it later. I know that something's not right and I can feel it, but it's almost as though I suppress that and deal with it later on. So it's always when I'm on my own, everything comes out, and I worry about things. I go through the different scenarios in my head of all the things I could have said at the time and didn't say, and that's quite an interesting thing to talk about this week, because that kind of happened on TV on Wednesday on the This Morning show when they were calling it whisper porn. So I just floated along and pretended everything was fine and just tried to be a good representative and do the best within the situation. Kind of put me on the back foot a little bit, but I know for a fact that if I had have got upset in that moment and got mad with them, or not even mad, if I'd have just said, hang on, do you think da-da-da, or if I'd have said it's actually not, it's not that, and it's not that, then the headline straight after would have been nice whispering lady gets angry on TV. It would have been something like that. So you really can't win in those situations. So I'd rather just be the better person and let them be wrong later on. But how do you unwind after a challenging situation? So once all the processing has been done, and then I come to accept and understand that what is, and what will be, and let it go, because holding on to it is not going to help. in the long run it's only going to cause more problems, because I will perpetuate another situation by being stressed about the last one. So I learn everything I can from that moment and let it go, and try to understand that people are who they are and I am who I am, and as long as I've done my best in any situation that I was in, then that's all I can do, and life's a journey and this is just part of it. In general, that's how I do it. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Will you ever travel and do something like Whisper Lodge, maybe a tingle tour? So I did, and there are a couple of comments saying, yes, that's a really good idea, but I've already started. So I did a thing called ASMR Happens, which lots of you will already know. I did the very first one the year before last, so 2016 in February. I trialled an idea I had to do some live ASMR, we did it as a kind of a guided meditation sort of a thing. And then last April I did ASMR Happens in London in a theatre, and then I did it again in San Francisco, and I actually did it alongside Whisper Lodge in San Francisco. So this year I'm working on it again to do another, hopefully either 2 or 3. I will do my best to do more if I can, but it's a lot of work, so we shall see. And I would like to develop the idea, so the very first live ASMR experiences were more me in sorry, my stomach just made a noise. Me on a stage with the microphone and the audience with headphones on, and we used projections and sounds over the meditation, and it was really amazing. And the reason why I went in that way was because, well, no ASMR content creator had even done anything in person before, let alone touch anyone. So it was quite a wall to break to just come off YouTube, and I didn't want to just come off YouTube and then start touching people immediately. So now live ASMR is a thing. I would like to now go into more group sessions and more the touchy-feely stuff. So I'm a lot more confident with that now, because I've done live ASMR and I've met people face to face and I've broken that barrier. And honestly, the very first one, I was literally like this. I was so scared, and just because no one had done that before, I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it. I didn't know if people would feel tingles. I didn't know if people would even turn up. I didn't even know if anyone would want to come to it. So it was just really scary, and I just wanted to do something that wasn't too much. I wanted to pick something that was less pressure, so that I could just use it to gain the confidence and the experience, and I've done that now. So watch this space. There's a lot more to come, I absolutely promise, and I'm so excited. So yes is the answer to that. What products did you find most difficult to swap to cruelty-free? Makeup is a bit easier now. I don't use too much makeup anyway, so once I found 1 or 2 things that I'm happy with, I just stick to those, to be honest. How long have you been vegan for? I think I went vegan last summer, so about 6, 7 or 8 months now, and I feel absolutely amazing for it. I wish I'd have done it sooner because it wasn't as hard as I expected it to be. And once I got over that initial change and my body was changing to digesting plant-based food, then, and I came off the dairy, that was the best thing I've ever done, honestly. My questions: will you open an ASMR centre? Of course, that's the Tingle Retreat. And have you been to the sound bath treatment at the Lush Bar? No, I haven't, and I definitely will, because you've just told me about it and I didn't know there was a sound treatment, so yes. Would you ever pursue a career in music again, or perhaps find ways to combine music with ASMR? Yes, I would do some kind of ASMR sounds mixed with some music, and that's something I'd quite like to do one day. Again, watch this space. What is your favourite or most essential step in your skincare routine? I think that would be what goes into my body, so water and really good healthy food is the most important thing, and all the vitamins and everything that you need. So whatever whatever goes in must come out, and that goes for nourishing your mind and your soul as well as your body with food. Okay. Do you experience ASMR immunity regularly due to the fact that you work with tingles so much? Yes, I do. So my tingles kind of come and go now. When I first started watching the videos, they were all over and they were really super strong. But I edit videos every single week and they kind of diminish a little bit. So I take a break from watching videos to try and balance it out, and when I do that they tend to come back a little bit stronger, but I don't think that I would ever get them as strong as I've had them in the past, because I work with sound all the time and I've got my headphones on and I listen to sound really quite intensely all the time. But they've never gone, and I still get them. I get them stronger when someone tickles my back or places my hair. They never ever go. What are your dogs' names and what kind of dogs are they? They are BB, that's B and B, BB and Boo, and they are Puggles, which is a pug and beagle cross. Okay, let's see. Would you bring back the children's channel? I have plans to do that now, so probably by the summer you'll have seen some more children's videos, and I have a little children's event that I would really love to plan. So again, watch this space. I have so many things that I really, really want to achieve this year, but I'll do my best to not set myself too high standards and just do everything that I physically and mentally can do and not expect too much. But it'll still be a lot. Okay. Do you have people make you feel bad or weird for experiencing ASMR? Well, I think we've kind of touched on that, and I've explained how I would talk about it to someone else. If you could choose 5 people, living or dead, to have over for dinner, who would you choose and why? Oh my goodness. John Lennon, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, and I'd have a suffragette, and I'd have Gandhi, And oh gosh, I can't think right this minute. I'm under pressure. But imagine those people around your dinner table. How amazing would that be? Then there's family. So I could pick. So I'd have that would be like the superstar table, and then I'd have another table with my nana and my granddad, and I'd have my auntie Pat, and there'd be a whole number of other relatives from my family that I'd have there, and we'd have dinner together, and it'd be really good fun. There's so many things I'd want to say to them, but you know. Would you make labour relaxation videos? Well, I kind of intend all of the videos to be for those reasons, for people to use for anything that they need. So I hope that they're general, that they meet everyone's requirements. I have thought loads and loads of times about doing a labour themed video, and I know how I would film it, and I know how it would work and everything I would wear and the background. I've thought about it so many times, but it's kind of a bit of pressure to say the right things, and I'm trying to figure out the actual content of it. So there are lots of videos like that, but because people ask me, could you please make a video for someone who's lost a close relative or someone who is grieving, and those are questions that come up all the time, and I'd love to. But on the other hand, I would hate to say something that wasn't appropriate in the video, because everyone grieves differently and everyone has a specific circumstance, so it's very hard to generalise something like that and to make it work for everybody, you know. So I hope that all of the videos are relaxing enough to use for whatever purpose, but I will get round to some of them when they feel right. What would you tell someone who is struggling with depression? I have struggled with it for 2 years and I just want to give up. I'm so sorry about that. So when I had PTSD and I was going through depression and sleeplessness and everything that comes with it, I went to the doctors and I waited on the waiting list for therapy, and I had CBT. I'm obviously not sure of your circumstance, and I don't know if you've been through that, but that's what I did. And with the use of the videos, the ASMR videos, that would help me to sleep. And then because I was sleeping, because I was going to the therapy just worked that little bit better for me. I chose at the time not to take any medication because I wanted to really work through what I was going through and really face it, which was really hard. But I wanted to feel everything that was going on with me so that I could learn the difference between happy and sad and distracted and present and all of that. I just really wanted to feel it all. To be honest, I wouldn't know what to say to you through a video like this. If we were sitting face to face and you were to tell me your specific circumstances, then I would, as a friend, be able to reply appropriately. But I wouldn't want to say anything now that doesn't suit your circumstance. But I would say do everything that you can to go for help, because this situation that you're in is not your fault. You're a human being placed in this body that you're in and in this environment that you're in, and whatever it is that needs to change in this environment, you can do that and you're able to do that, but you do need some help and you need to look for it and be strong enough to do that, and you can do that. because you are worthy, you are beautiful, and you have a future ahead of you, and there's something that you're meant to do on this earth, in this lifetime, to better the world and to better circumstances of other people, not just yourself. Okay, you have a purpose, and you may not have found it yet, but you will, and you can, and you should. And you should know that you are worthy of it. So just keep trying and don't give up until you found someone that can help you. But really, who's going to change you? And it's you, isn't it? You just need the help from people around you. But you'll find it there, okay? You will. It's there. It's there in all of us. Do you have ASMR videos that you go back to? Yep. I go back to Cute Bunny 992 quite often, and I go back to Somni Cabal quite often. There are some quite old videos that I go back to. Do you think that I'll ever truly be happy? And that's not asking if I will be truly happy, it's asking if they will be truly happy. Of course I think that you'll be truly happy. And I of course think that you can be. Everything I said before applies to you too. Would you rather go back 10 years in the future? Would you rather go 10 years in the future and have a chat with yourself, or 10 years in the past to talk to your younger self? I would definitely talk to myself in the future, because I think that I could give myself some really good advice that would help for now. What's your spirit animal? I think it's owl, and I think that the other one is butterfly. As a fellow HSP, what do you think the pros and the cons are? So, let's go for the pros first. The pros are you are more aware of the world around you. The pros are you are able to connect with other people. The pros are that when you feel joy, you feel true joy, and you feel true happiness, and you can find happiness in most every place that you are. But the cons are that you also feel a lot of pain, because you are a feeling person. So you feel the true joy and the true pain, and you can feel both of them all at once sometimes. You are just a very feeling person. But if you didn't feel the pain, and you couldn't feel those extremities, the good and the bad, then you would miss out on so many wonderful things. So it's still worth being an HSP, and it's still the best person there is. What fictional place would you most like to go to? Well, what pops up in my mind is Hogwarts, because my children watch Harry Potter all the time. So I'd probably take them to Hogwarts. What do you feel most proud of? My children, my family, and my ASMR. I say my ASMR, it's not mine, is it? Our ASMR. Can we have an update on your nails? Okay. Update on the nails would be I still have the gel. So I was putting the gel on, and I was using the oil to try and strengthen my natural nail, so I wouldn't have to put strengthening gel on there. But I've still got the gel on. It's my nail underneath, but I have a layer of gel on the top so that they don't break, because if I have broken nails, I lose my tapping powers. That was kind of tapping. I watch your videos all the time and I can tell you are a very kind person, thank you. But I would like to know, when you get upset or angry, how do you react? Okay, so this is the same, the HSP person. We experience highs and we also experience lows, and we can experience true delight and joy and happiness and fun, and we can also experience depression and anxiety, and we can completely freak out sometimes, and that's me too. So I have been angry and upset just as much probably as no, that's not true. I was going to say I've been angry and upset just as much as I've been happy, but that's not true, because my default position is happy and joyful. But I have been known to freak out in my life. I've had panic attacks. When I feel an injustice has happened, I get angry about it. I usually internalise that anger and I just start running around the house, tidying stuff up and banging things down, and and everyone around me is going, "Oh, what's the matter with her?" And then I say, "I just can't take it anymore." But as I say, I usually react afterwards. So it's me just processing everything and getting out all of that energy. And then afterwards I just take a deep breath and go, "It's okay. It's all right. Everything's fine. Don't worry." And when I think of how I'm going to proceed and maybe deal with the situation, then everything's better again. What would your day look like when you're not making videos? Just if I'm not making a video, then I'm editing it or uploading it, or emails, writing a video, setting up a video, tidying up from the last one. I've just done my taxes, I've had to do that. There's always something going on that I have to deal with. And when I'm not doing anything to do with the channel, then I'm sorting out the home, or I'm sorting out the kids, because they are really, really busy all the time. They have clubs on and school and uniform to wash, and then I take them out sometimes, obviously, and we do family stuff, and it's just finding the balance and trying to keep everything flowing nicely without it building up too much. At the moment I have a massive pile of ironing to do, and it's really building. There's loads of washing, so I'll have to do that tomorrow, even though I don't want to. Okay, let's go into the Facebook. So there are quite a few questions on here, but mostly comments, so I won't keep you for too much longer. I think this is a very long video. Do you experience your own tingles when creating your videos? So very rarely. So most ASM artists will tell you that they don't experience tingles from their own videos, but sometimes if I'm making a sound or just doing a no talking video, then out of the blue sometimes a sound will just set it off a little bit, but then it goes again. And every now and again in editing, just something will happen and I'll go, "Oh, wow, how did that happen on my own video?" But it's very rare. How long did it take for your channel to be noticed? I have an ASMR channel and things are moving very slowly. I can't mention it because you've not told me. Well, when I joined the ASMR community, it was still quite small. So my channel didn't grow for a long time. I was doing it just to make friends with people and to join the community. So I think it took me maybe a year and a half, or maybe longer than that, to get to just 1,000 subscribers. But I wasn't really concentrating on growing, to be honest. I was just making videos every now and again. I think if you want it to be noticed, then you will keep just working hard, and that's how it happens, really. And just keeping your heart in the right place, and knowing that what you want to do is reach out to people and connect with people, and that's what will happen. You get out what you put in, don't you, in life? And I think that you will. I've lost the post. Oh, here it is. Okay. Lots of lovely messages. Thank you. Would you ever consider doing a mini-series of ASMR for mums and new mums? Mums sometimes need to be mummed themselves. I feel like that's what I'm doing. I'm mumming everybody. A mini-series for new mums. Like I said before, I kind of feel like I'm doing ASMR videos for everybody in those situations already, but something specific, any mum-specific role plays, I'll think of something. Some that I've already answered, but this is an interesting one. My only question is, what do I do when the tingles go away? Well, the only thing that I know that you can do is not watch any videos for a while, and that's really hard, but it's the best thing that you can do. That happened to me probably about a year into making the videos, and I just stopped for, I think it was about 2 weeks, and that was quite difficult, but as soon as I went back to the videos, they just came back in full force, and it was amazing. So it's definitely worth doing. Sometimes people search around for different triggers and then they come back through that way, but I found personally that the best way is to have a break, and then they just come back really strong. In your Draw My Life video, you talked about the importance of taking care of yourself. I'm a fairly new mum, my son is 4, and I find that rarely happens. Do you find it easier to do now once your kids are a bit older? And how do you stay in such great shape? Thank you. My diet is very good. I do have slip-ups, obviously, but especially since going vegan, I've lost more weight. I do put on a bit in the winter because I have more bread, but I tend to slim out again afterwards. My children are older now, which is easier. They do things for themselves. They get food for themselves, lunch and stuff like that, and they help themselves to drinks. They tidy up after themselves, and they help with the washing up and stuff like that. So that's a lot easier. Because I'm on YouTube and I make videos, it gives me the push I need to make sure that I do my nails and keep up with makeup and stuff like that, and it keeps my interest fresh in that. It's something that makes me feel good, and I learned a long time ago that self-care was extremely important for me, so I use that as a self-care technique to keep up with the way I look and stuff, and I could do a lot more, I'm sure, but who cares? I'm happy with the way that I am. So it's not easy, I know. I've been through it before. I think that as a mum, it's very easy to have your children and then just let go of who you are and apply all of your energy and just all of your focus on your children and completely forget about yourself. And I did that for a long time. I always just put my hair up every day and never wore any makeup, and just had clothes with holes in and didn't focus on myself at all. And I thought that I was being the greatest person for doing that. I was being a bit of a martyr, and it didn't help anybody. So I got my head around that and realised it wasn't selfish to look after yourself. And now things are a lot better than that, a lot easier for me. So I don't know, somehow you have to work that time in to just read a book or have a bath. You know, whatever you need to make yourself feel good, you need to do it because it's important. And other people should be helping you as well. Okay, wow, there's I'd like to ask if you've heard of gentle parenting and whether or not it's something you follow. I'm really passionate about parenting naturally the way we're supposed to and being gentle and respectful to our children so they learn to respect us back out of love and trust and not fear. I'm studying to be a baby calm teacher too, which is all based on current child psychology, which I'm really interested in. Knowing you have children and you're such a kind-natured person, thank you. I wondered if you had an opinion on this thing. So I've not looked up anything called gentle parenting. I do have a book called Parenting with Presence, but I'm just very careful to keep the communication open with my children, and I'm really, really open with them and honest as much as I possibly can, and I encourage them to do the same with me. I try, as I said, again, it's all about balance. They are quite sensible and they know that they can talk to me about absolutely anything, and I've told them that lying is not a good idea because lying is worse than what you've actually done. So they're always, the most part, apart from, you know, if they haven't cleaned their teeth and they try and get away with it, but especially Bo at the moment because he's that age. But I'm really careful to be respectful and listen to them. I think listening to them is extremely important, and yeah, they're shaping up all right. I'm not saying that I've done the best all the time, and I've made mistakes, just like everyone. But they know that, and they know that I'm learning too, and I don't want them to think that I'm this perfect person and it's their fault all the time. I want them to understand that I make mistakes too, and we're all human, and I just try and keep it on that level. And communication is everything to me. I don't want them ever to not feel like they can talk to me about anything. That's really important. So I guess I do believe in the gentle parenting as you've explained it, but I would like to learn more, so I will. Okay, so there are some questions on here that there's information on my website, so feel free to look on there, because I'm aware that this video is nearly 2 hours long. Okay, just a couple of questions now, and this one is from Frank. Hello, Frank. What is your opinion about the future of ASMR, and your opinion on to what kind of ASMR is the current ASMR evolving to? And what do you want it to evolve to? Wow, so ASMR has been something that's been part of my life for nearly 5 years. So I've seen people come and go, and different ideas start up, and different techniques becoming popular, and keywords becoming popular and then not. You know, it's been a very interesting journey, and it's something it's kept me occupied for a long time, and I've been really excited to see it evolve and all these new channels starting, and you know, I think it's amazing, to be honest. I think it's amazing that there are just so many people watching now, and I can't wait to see what happens, really. But for my part of it, I would really like to see more live stuff happening, which I'm obviously trying to make happen myself. So I'll be doing more live sessions, and I'd like to see more ASMR content creators doing that as well. I would like to see us go back to some more basic whisper videos like the old days as well. I like the unintentional ASMR videos, and I'd like to do more videos in that style, and I'd like to see other people doing that too. So it will just happen on its own. It's just one of those things. Things become fashionable for a while, and we'll just see things like that every now and again, and it'll be really exciting. I've lost the post. Where is it? Let's see. Yeah, so where would you like it to go? I'd say, in a nutshell, live and in person. That's where I'd like it to go. Okay, you said something about being spiritual, didn't you, Frank? Where is it? Okay, spirituality also is a part of your life, Emma. And so my question is, were you interested already in spirituality before you became an ASMR artist, or did it come along with your ASMR activity? I've always been interested in spirituality, and I've always been interested in complementary therapies and that kind of thing, and ASMR has allowed me to explore those further. And it's given me the opportunity to further my understanding of not just myself, but the universe, and it's opened my eyes to lots of things. It's just opened the door for me to learn all kinds of different things. I would always have headed that way anyway, I know that for sure. But I'm just in a position to have the space to learn things, to bring them into my videos, doing something creative. I think it's important to expand your own learning so that you can bring something to the table every time. And I've also had to research certain things for videos as well, and that's been really interesting, and I've been able to just learn things that I would never have noticed even existed before. But I tried different complementary therapies before, and read about spirituality and that kind of thing. It's just I'm in a world now where I'm able to go within a little bit more. And so, in that respect, I feel really lucky. I'm also surrounded by people who are spiritual, because I know that loads of people who watch this channel are. And through your comments and things, I learn stuff too. Any collaboration videos in the pipeline? Yes, but I'm not going to tell you who they are, because I would like it to be a surprise for you. Okay. And then just really congratulations and happy posts and things. Thank you so much, everybody, for all of your encouragement and love and kindness over the years. And 400,000 subscribers is a lot of people. There are also lots and lots of people who aren't subscribed to the channel who watch the videos, because when I look in the analytics, there are twice as many people, if not more, watching who aren't subscribed, which is crazy, isn't it? So more of the views come from unsubscribed people than they do from subscribed people. So if you put that into perspective, that's a lot of people who watch not just this channel but ASMR in general, and I just think that's amazing. It blows my mind. Okay, thank you for watching this 400k Q&A. And I hope that you have a beautiful sleep tonight and you have a great day tomorrow, and I love you. Take care. I'm super tired now after all that talking. I hope I didn't bore you. The next one will be all about you, I promise. Thank you so much for the questions. It's nice to do a relaxed video. I hope that you understood everything that I had to say. I'm getting better at talking, explaining myself. For inward-looking people and for HSP people and people with a rich inner life, expressing themselves verbally can be quite difficult, and I'm one of those people, so thank you for your patience. Lots of love.